Shalom, all praises go to the Most High Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh, Bashem, Akakadosh, that belong the Son to the elder apostles, a great millstone for the teachers of the scriptures, among other things. Shalom to the sincere Akim across the world. Now, I wanted to do a quick video about this guy's comment that said Apostle Paul. Paul was a Jewish rabbi who was half Israelite, half Roman, who was an enemy of Yahweh, who was an enemy Yahushai of Yahushai, you mean, and hated him his entire life. After the crucifixion, Paul made up fake stories about being Yahushai's apostle to get power and absorb the 12 disciples led by Peter Simon. This guy's look at his name. Look at his name. Basically, what I see here is Frankenstein. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He makes up stuff, mumbo jumbo shit. 1 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 1. Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Yahushai. Paul, in the beginning his name was Saul. He was actually hating the Christians because he genuinely thought that they was actually doing abominations and stuff like that. But then and blasphemy. But then Yahushai came to him himself. And from there on, he became his disciple. Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things, and keep the ordinance as I delivered them to you. So, as the way that Paul, by the way, this is 1 Corinthians, the same way Paul is delivering him to you, the truth, that's the same way you should keep it. Acts chapter 21, verse 39. But Paul said, I am a man which am a Jew of Tarshish, a city of Cilicia, a city of no mean city. A citizen of no mean city. And I beseech you, suffer me to speak unto the people. So that shows you that he's a Jew from Tarshish, right? Romans 11 and 1. I say then, hath Yahweh cast away his people? Yahweh forbid. For I also am an Israelite, of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. Now here it was said that here he said he's a Jew, but here he says he's Benjamin. You cannot be two tribes. Actually, he was from the tribe of Benjamin, but the reason that he said I am a Jew from Tarshish is because the other nations, they don't know. They just called us Jews. They don't have an understanding of Benjamin and Levi. They don't have an understanding of that. It's the same way they see us now. When they see people from Suriname, West Africa, and the Antilles and stuff like that, and they just call us black people or whatever, African descent, you know. They just call us that because they don't know where we're from. So they just basically call us Africans. But amongst ourselves, we know, like, okay, that's from him, and because his facial structure and bone structure is different. You can look at him and be like, oh, you're most likely from there or this or this. We know it of each other. So he referred to himself as a Jew because they wouldn't understand he's from the tribe of Benjamin anyway, because there are 12 tribes, right? Paul was not a half Roman, half Israelite. He was a Roman citizen, just like a Chinese person in America. He is a Chinese race person in an American country. He is not an actual Caucasian. Paul is a man of the Lord and friend of his son Yahushai. You know, here it is. Acts chapter 26, verse 14. And when they were all fallen to the earth, I heard a voice speaking unto me and saying in the Hebrew tongue, Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me? It is hard for thee to kick against the pricks. What, you gonna hurt yourself? And I said, who art thou, Lord? And he said, I am Yahushai, whom thou persecuted. So he was persecuting them and the Christians, which is the followers of Yahushai. Excuse me, the disciples of Yahushai. But this is what he said, but rise and stand upon thy feet, for I have appeared unto thee for this purpose. And what is the purpose? To make thee a minister and a witness both of these things which thou hast seen, and of those things in the which I will appear unto thee. So he's going to tell him more and stuff like that. To do what? Deliver thee from the people, delivering thee from the people and from the Gentiles, unto whom now I send thee. So that's what he chose him for. He chose him to be sent on to his people. To do what? To open their eyes and to turn them from darkness to light, and from the power of Satan unto Yahweh, that they may receive forgiveness of sins and inheritance among them which are sanctified by faith that is in me. Now I wrote, Paul became a disciple of the Lord, and because the Lord wanted to use him. Here he says he is a follower of Yahweh Shai, the Lord. So there is nowhere that says that he himself wanted to be in the Lord's place. Because I think that is what he, power and usurp authority. Oh, in the Lord's place, and in the Lord his man's place. Yeah, he didn't want to do that. That was not his thing. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 1. Be ye followers of me, Paul, even as I, Paul, also am of Yahweh Shai. So a lot of people don't understand what it means to be like Romans, because he said like a Roman citizen. He wasn't like that. He said, I am a Roman citizen. Wait, let me get that. Right, now this is the book of Acts 22 and 25. Wait, let me start. Let me see where. 24. The chief captain commanded him to be brought into the castle and bade that he should be examined by scourging. And what is scourging? Whippings. By the way, you can see that a Roman scourging was to be whipped. Scourging, scourge, scourge. Whip someone as a punishment. So basically, he would be examined by whipping, that he might know wherefore they cried so against him. And as they bound him with thongs, so they tied him up. Paul said unto the centurion that stood by, Is it lawful for you to scourge a man that is a Roman and uncondemned? When the centurion heard that, he went and told the chief captain, saying, Take heed what thou doest, for this man is a Roman. Now the reason why it is like this is like this. If you have a person from Africa that is kidnapped by other African people, it's not a real big deal. But if you have a person from America that is kidnapped by another nation, they're kind of gonna make a big deal, even if it might be a Jake. But we know that's not really the case, But I'm still give the point, because they're gonna be looking at it like, no man, we gotta show these people that. We gotta show these people that, they can mess with us. Nobody of us gets touched. You know what I'm saying? I'm an American. They're delusional like that because they're proud. So they're going to want to stop you no matter how. So it's going to be a big deal if you attack an American in another country. You know what I'm saying? So that is why, because Yahweh Shai said, be as wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. So that's why he used his Roman citizenship in order to get that. For you brothers that know, for example, you have brothers that go back to Puerto Rico, Curacao, Antilla, Suriname, Guyana, and stuff like that, Guyana, and all these other countries in South America or in the region there. If you from a so-called European country or an American from America, where Edomites are and stuff like that, your own people will treat you different. Some of them hate your guts because they be like, you ain't off us no more. And some of them be like, oh man, we finna get some money out of this guy. He's rich. Some suck up to you. Female throw themselves at you. All these things. Just because you're from a country where they think that you're doing better because you're amongst these Edomites. So guess what? Roman citizenship is that status type thing. Because it goes on. Then the chief captain came and said unto him, Tell me, art thou a Roman? He said, Yea. And the chief captain answered, with a great sum obtained I this freedom. And Paul said, but I was born free. Then straightway they departed from him, which should have examined him. They got the hell out of there, the ones that wanted to beat him up, right? And the chief captain also was afraid, after he knew that he was a Roman, and because he had bound him. So even tying a Roman citizen up without even just cause, uncondemned, would get you in trouble. On the morrow, because he would have known the certainty whereof he was accused of the Jews, he loosed him from his bond, and commanded the chief priests and all their council to appear, and brought Paul down, and set him before them. Now there's another account of, where is it again? Where is it again? Wait. Here? Wait. I think it's over there. Here. Yeah, it's here. Acts 21. Acts 21 and 37. And as Paul was led to be... What? Sorry. And as Paul was to be led into the castle, he said unto the chief captain, may I speak unto thee? Who said, canst thou speak Greek? Art thou not that Egyptian, which before these days made us an uproar, and led us out into the wilderness 4,000 men that were murderers? He did that because he went out there in sincerity, murdering the disciples of Yahushua, because he thought like, yo, this is madness. What are these people doing? Kill him. But he didn't. He didn't do it for wickedness, but he still did it. Hey, but the Jews were persecuted, right? The Israelites. But But Paul said, I am a man which am a Jew of Tarsus, a city of Cilicia, a citizen of no mean city. And I beseech thee, suffer me to speak unto the people. And when he had given him license, meaning he said, go ahead, Paul stood on the stairs and beckoned with the hand unto the people. And when there was made a great silence, he speak unto them in the Hebrew tongue, saying, so he was speaking to the Hebrews, and he could also speak Greek. Basically, yeah. And then I just read from here on to the end. But yeah, what the hell did I just do? Oh yeah, it's good. Right. But yeah, that shows you that he was a Roman citizen that was called a Jew, named a Jew, but he called himself of the tribe of Benjamin because he's a Benjamite. You know what I'm saying? Just because you live in, for example, as a Chinese person, you came from China, you live in America for 30 years, you have children there, it doesn't make you Caucasian. It doesn't make you an Edomite. You will be and stay a so-called Chinese male, if you're a male. And if you're a female, you're gonna stay one too, and your children. Most of the time, you already know when the Moabites go over there, or the Ammonites, the Chinese or the Japanese, they get themselves an Edomite boyfriend or husband or whatever, and then they make some Edomite kids. Okay, that's the end of the bloodline for you. That's the beginning of their bloodline. Then they're in bloodline, right? So yeah, there you have it. Still, you have here is 2020. Still, you have people like this that don't even know what they're talking about. His name just spells Frankenstein to me, like, you know, he's created or something to bring madness, like confusion, and make up fake stories about Paul claiming that he's a disciple of Yahushua. Meanwhile, he was, because Yahushua told him, like, listen, I come to do. I'll use you to do what? Acts 26 and 18, to open their eyes and to turn them from darkness to light, and from the power of Satan unto Yahweh, that they may receive forgiveness of sins, and inheritance among them which are sanctified by faith that is in me. Okay, so I think I'm done. And did I forget any? New. Right. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.